friends, how are you? Hope you're well. Sorry for the absolute crud quality of this picture. I've had to go back to an older computer because I recorded my video on my normal computer, went to edit it, and the editing software just wouldn't do what I wanted it to do. Driving me insane. So I then thought, right, okay, I'll put it onto this computer, use the editing software that I would normally use, which is on this one as well, and then it wouldn't accept the video. So this is me trying to just get everything done and out, but at the moment I'm just wanting to shove my fist through my laptop because I'm just so yeah, so yeah, not happy. And I can see the picture quality in this is garbage, so I really do apologize. I'm going to try and figure things out for next week because I don't want to put out moany groany videos and garbage quality. It's not something that, that I want to do, but just to get something out this weekend or this Friday is what I'm going to do. But how was your week? Please tell me you had a good week or something. Tell me something in the comments down below. Something nice that happened to you this week. I would really love to know. This week is actually, apart from this portion of it, has actually been okay. We were out yesterday with Mum and Dad. Went to have lunch with a friend, which was nice. Enjoyed that. I was absolutely knackered when I came back. It's like I was so tired. And this morning, Mum and I spent time looking at Christmas books that we thought we want to get. We have ordered some, so that was good. I think we've ordered 6. I've got a couple that I know that are on pre-order, which is brilliant. But that isn't all the Christmas books I'll get. Don't worry, there'll be more. But what I plan to do is that kind of at the end of this month, I will have a video going out that will be to do with Christmas books that I've bought this year. Other books that are on my radar, so you've kind of got an idea of what other books maybe you want to read, or maybe you want to read all of them or whatever. But I quite like putting together a big list of books for Christmas that people can read or whatever. And then this afternoon, Dad and I put together a bench stool for our porch, which will keep, and the seat part of it lifts up. So we'll put shopping bags in there, and also my boyfriend's dog's towel that we have, so that if he's got wet paws, we can clean Lonan's paws. And then there are 3 different shelves for shoes, so it looks really nice. It was good. Dad and I are pretty good at these things. We're really good at putting together IKEA furniture and stuff. So this wasn't from IKEA, but this one was just it was a self-assembly, but again, really quite easy to do, and we're very happy that we've done it. Reading wise, it's been a good week. I've got 3 books to talk to you about. So I'll talk about the audio one first. The audio one was called Miracle Creek Christmas by Krista and Jensen. I listened to this one as the audio. I give this 4.5 out of 5. Loved it. So we meet Mark and Riley. Now, Mark is an ex-firefighter. He got badly burnt during a forest fire, and his best friend actually died during it because he was also a firefighter. They were saving 6 boys from a wood fire or a sort of forest fire, and they were in their tree house. So he's quite badly scarred, and he doesn't like showing his face in public and things like this. But Riley is the new art teacher at the local high school, and she is also doing up her grandmother's house in Miracle Creek. She's not sure whether she wants to stay there or not, but she's wanting to do up the house anyway. And we learn, more about Riley's story and, why she's in Miracle Creek. Things have happened in her past that she just wants to kind of forget about and almost like hide herself away, sort of thing. But we also learn bits about how what she wants to do to her grandmother's house, which I really enjoyed that bit. But Mark wants to approach Riley to do something for his dad, a secret Christmas project, as it were. Not knowing that Riley doesn't really like Christmas for various reasons. But anyway, it's their story of how she just treats him as she would treat any other person. She doesn't go, oh, you're scarred, blah, blah, blah. She just treats him normally. And in many ways, she she shows his friends and family that to sort of, maybe shall we say, not mollycoddle him, but to not pull him up in things is actually not in his best interests. And with Riley's help, he begins to come out more out of his shell and do things. And it was a beautiful story. Yes, there's going to be angst in it. Yes, there's going to be oh my goodness, are they actually going to get together? Is it going to be an HEA? You know, there is that sort of tension to it as well, which is really, really nice. It was my first book by Krista Jensen. I don't think it'll be my last because I really, really enjoyed it. The narration on this was brilliant as well. I thoroughly enjoyed the narration. So that was my first book. Well, my audio book of the month. Then I also read The Ex Hex by Erin Sterling. I really enjoyed this one. This got 4.5 out of 5 as well. So for those of you, this one came out last year, and there was a lot of hype about it, and I didn't go for it at the time. I thought I want to just wait, so I'm glad I did, and I've kind of read it out with the hype. So we meet Vivian, and Vivian is a witch, but she doesn't really use her craft a lot. And she teaches at the local university, which has a dual campus. So you have what is termed the normal campus, but there's also a campus or part of the campus is also for witches and their training, etc. But she teaches them normal, she teaches history. And when she was 19, she had like a summer fling with this guy called Reese, and he's also a witch or a wizard, whichever way you want to put it. And they get on really well, and she thinks there could be a future until he tells her he's betrothed to somebody back home in his native Wales. He'd been over at the university just for a summer school. So she is not too happy, as one would not be, and she gets rather drunk on vodka that night, and along with her cousin, they put a hex on him. Okay, they curse him, and they don't think it's worked. It was like silly stuff. But nine years later, Reese comes back to Gravesglen, which is the town, to strengthen up the ley lines. And he and Viv, obviously their paths cross, and the attraction is still there. But things happen when he tries to strengthen the ley lines. Things kind of awry, not only for him, but also for the town as a whole. And they realise it is to do with the hexing, obviously, that happened 9 years earlier. So Vivian and Reese have to work together, along with her aunt and her cousin, to try and work out how the heck they unhex them, basically. And there's a bit of a romance there, and it was really lovely. I really, really enjoyed it. This was my first Erin Sterling, and I would definitely read more by her. I thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyed it. You know, so if you're looking for like a witchy story for October, I would go for it. I really would if you haven't read it before. I then read Legendborn by Tracy Deonn. This has been on my radar for a while. I gave this 4 out of 5. This has been on my radar for a while. I heard, who did I hear talk about this? Reagan from Peru's Project talked about this one. And this is a modern day retelling of King Arthur. And it's very loosely based on King Arthur. There are certain elements. But we meet Bree and her friend Alice. Now, they are both exceedingly bright children, and at the age of 16, they go to early college at University of North Carolina. And that's fine. This is where Bree's mother met, and Bree's mother didn't want her to go there, but Bree's mother passed, and Bree is determined to go to UNC. On their first night there, they break the rules basically and go to this party at the Cliffs, which is off campus, and they're not allowed to do it. They go with a friend of theirs who's kind of a year or 2 years above them, and Bree sees something that she shouldn't really see. It's not something that normal humans can see, and that's okay. She kind of dismisses it, but she's hauled up in front of the dean the following day, herself and Alice, and they are given student mentors of people who are like a year above them. And this brings her into orbit with Nick. And Nick belongs to this secret order. And Bree bluffs her way into the lodge house and ends up taking part in their trials. She becomes a page and she takes part in their trials for becoming a squire. And so it's the story of, because she thinks if she joins this group, they will help her find out what happened to her mother, because she thinks something sinister happened to her mum on her mum's deathbed at the hospital. So there's all this going on. And this order, they are all the people in it are related, like way back to King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table. It was a slow mover, I have to say. I was sort of kind of 150 pages in, and I thought, oh gosh, but then it picked up, and it really picked up, and I thoroughly enjoyed this. I mean, it's one of these books. I think once you get past the first 150 odd pages, it really takes its oomph, and you could probably read it in a day and a half. We also have Bree trying to work out exactly what she is, because she has some traits of a Legendborn, but some not. And she's put in touch with this counsellor at the university who also knew her mother, and who knows that her mother was able to do root craft. So we have that as well. So that's taking energy from, or borrowing energy from ancestors and plants, etc., but giving it back as well. So there's all of this, and it was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I know that the second one is out soon, and I think I probably will end up getting it and reading it, because I do really want to know what happens next. I say I'm being fairly vague on this because I really don't want to give you any of the story away, because I think it's one of these ones you need to read yourself. So what am I going to be reading this weekend, if you ask? Well, this came in for me yesterday. This is Sarah Morgan's new one, Snowed In for Christmas. I'm really lucky. I'm a member of our UK review crew. So we get these, get her books as early reads, as it were. I started it last night. I'm on page 68, and I'm really enjoying it so far. It's good. We set in the Highlands of Scotland, and I'm a Highland girl, so I am just really happy to read a book that's set basically near my home. So I'm really looking forward to this. And then on my Kindle, I am reading my Mills and Boon pick for this month, which is 6 Days to Live by Lisa Dodson. I don't know very much about it. It's an intrigue. Yes! But I really don't know a lot about it. I've gone in really blind on this one, because I just wanted to do so. But this is, thank you, Mills and Boon, to actually be putting out an intrigue is brilliant. You know me, I love my intrigues. I love certain lines that Harlequin do, but Mills and Boon don't do them very much. And that really annoys me. It also annoys me that I can't buy from Harlequin. Ugh. So yeah, so that is another another rant for another time. But yeah, so that's kind of what I'm going to read over the weekend. The Kindle will be read downstairs. The Sarah Morgan will be read up here when I go to bed. So that's kind of what my reading has been like this week, and what I'm going to be doing this weekend, or reading this weekend. What else am I doing this weekend? There's rugby on. There's rugby on tonight, rugby on tomorrow, so definitely watch that. I have. I'm going to maybe start. I've been looking at pictures I would possibly want to do for Christmas cards, so I'll maybe try and narrow that down. I have started doing Christmas shopping, which is great. Really pleased about that. I say my aim is that by middle of November it's done and dusted, and I don't have to worry about it. So yeah, so that's good. But that's kind of it for this video. Please let me know down in the comments, what are you reading this weekend? What have you read this week? Have you read any of the books that I have mentioned? If so, what did you think of them? I'd really like to know. I'm going to put on, just after I say goodbye in this bit, if you want to stay on. I made some veggie stew for dinner the other night, so I kind of videoed me making it. So I hope you'll enjoy that cooking part of this video. But yeah, please also let me know if you started your Christmas shopping. Are you just absolutely horrified that I have? But yeah, as I hopefully next week we will have a better quality video, because let's just not go there. But that's it for this video, friends. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please, on your way down to the comments, hit that subscribe button. It'd be nice to have more subscribers, and hit the notification bell while you're there. It'll tell you when I put out a new video. But until my next video, friends, stay safe and happy reading. Bye! Well, I'm making a new dish for us tonight for dinner. I'm doing a veggie stew. Just making it so that it's enough for one night. So in here I've got onions, pepper and carrots, potatoes, 2 potatoes in there, some garlic cloves, tomato puree, sage, dried paprika, mixed spice, some veggie stock, and some flour. So yeah, so I'm just going to sort of start this. So the first thing I've done is I've added some oil to this pan. I'm going to heat it up and then start sauteing these off along with the garlic. So as I do that, I'll let you see. Okay, so I've started these sweating off. I'm also going to add some herbamere. We use herbamere more now than salt, which is great. Yeah, this has got herb flavour to it as well. So I added some of that. I'm just going to sort of sweat these off a bit until they're letting off a wee bit of flavour before I add anything else. But even now with the garlic in and the onions and the carrot, this smells really, really nice. So yeah, so while I'm waiting this to happen, I'm going to make myself up some veggie stock. I'm not going to make up that much. I'm sort of following a recipe, sort of, and I'm being guided by it, but I've kind of gone off piste and done my own thing. So we'll see what happens. Okay, this is beginning to get nicely translucent now for the onions. I'm going to add half a teaspoon of paprika. As I say, I'm just eyeballing this because I'm not making the full recipe, as it were. So I'm going to add my herbs now in a minute. I'm going to let this sort of peek around, and I'll probably add maybe 1/4 of a teaspoon of sage, and possibly maybe a full teaspoon of mixed herbs, because I'd rather be herby than anything else. So we'll see what it looks like. Okay, the herbs are in. I only did half a teaspoon of the mixed herbs. As I say, I don't want it to be overly strong. So I'm now going to add some plain flour, just enough that this coats, and it will help thicken the sauce as I make the sauce. So this is how much flour I've used. This is kind of a soup spoon. So I think that's probably going to be enough. I don't want this to be overly powdered. So I now need to sort of cook this flour out. Try saying that quickly. But just coat the veg in the flour, stir it around, and then just cook sort of the flour out for a bit. Okay, we're now going to use the tomato paste. It says 3 tablespoons. I'm just going to give it a couple of good squeezes actually. That I think should be enough. And I'm just going to stir this around as well. Okay, I've now added 1 pint of veggie stock, and I'm about to then put the potatoes into this as well. Okay, the tatties have been added, and now I just leave this, bring it to simmer and leave it to cook. So that, I have to say, it looks good. It does smell nice, I have to say. So hopefully I'm on to a winner on this one, but as I say, when it's ready to be eaten, I will let you hear our thoughts. But at the moment, this is now going to cook for about 30 minutes. Okay, it has been simmering away just nice and gently for 30 minutes. But as you can see, it's nice. The sauce is nice. It doesn't look thick, but it is quite thick, so that's good. So yeah, I'm just going to serve it in bowls and I'm going to use forks and spoons because I think it's going to be easier. But yeah, I'm happy with the way it's turned out, so hopefully it's going to taste just as good as it looks.
Yeah, it looks nice.
So this is what it looks like in the bowl. So I'm about to taste some. I'm gonna have some potato first because I love me potato. Nice. Mum's about to have it. Like it? Okay. Next, Papa. Till he chases a piece of carrot around his bowl. Nice. So would you have it again? Is that a yes, Dad?
On a cold day,
Nothing better.
that's something better to come into.
Alright, cool. So there you go, guys. I will leave the sort of the recipe that I kind of roughly followed down below in the description bar. But if you make it, please let me know. But I hope you've enjoyed.